Well, hi guys, welcome again today to Poole Moto, and today we're going to be taking out the Benelli Leoncino 800 Trail. Stay tuned and I'll give you my thoughts on it. Okay then guys, well welcome today to a review on the Benelli Leoncino 800 Trail, and again kindly loaned to me by Poole Moto. I'll put a link to their website in the description for you. So we just run through the specifications in the usual way. So these are coming in on the price at £7,799 plus on the road 7,799, and that's for the trail version, which is this one. For the road version, it's a little bit cheaper, £7,499. So motor on this, it's got a 754cc parallel twin, liquid cooled, double overhead cam 8 valve engine, producing 81.6 horsepower at 9,000 RPM. And being a parallel twin, it's got lots of low and mid-range torque. It pulls really well, more of that later on. Torque is 67 Newton meters at 6,500 RPM. Got a 15-litre fuel tank on this. Because of its sort of low revving nature, I'd expect good economy from this. Should get, I would have thought, at least 50 to the gallon UK. That should give you a range of over 150 miles. We've got a wet weight on this of 224 kilos, and that's 215 kilos wet for the road version. Now, being the trail version, the scrambler style, it is quite tall in the seat. 818 millimeters. I'm 5'7" tall, 30-inch inside leg, weigh about 75 kilos, and I can get the balls of my feet down, but I'm definitely not flat-footed. Just take a look at me on the bike, and then you can compare for yourself as a reference. So this comes with very good Pirelli Scorpion Rally STR tyres with the block tread pattern dual purpose tyres. We've got cross spoke wheels with a very nice detailing here, with the spokes are on the side here. That allows it to run tubeless tyres, which is very good. We've got a 120 section on the front with a 19-inch front wheel. That's a 17-inch front wheel on the road version. And we've got a big 170 on the back, which is a 17-inch wheel. That's a 170 on the back. ABS is standard as always. 6-speed transmission on this. Talk about that a bit later when we're riding. General build quality looks excellent in first impressions. Looks very nice in this colour as well. So we've got the high level twin exhausts on this. sort of giving it that really nice sort of aggressive sort of scrambler style. So Leoncino stands for Little Lion in Italian. We have LEDs all round, LED indicators, LED rear light. Have taken the seat off, unfortunately no storage under there. Got a very nice TFT. Again, look at that a bit later. So very beefy front forks, upside down forks, with 140mm of travel on the trail version and 130mm of travel on the road. And I have to say, these stanchions here are sort of the thickest I think I've ever seen on a road bike. Very thick. Twin front discs, grabbed by 4 piston calipers. 180mm of ground clearance there if you do decide to go off-road a bit with it. So some of the main differences between this trail version and the road version: different wheels on the road version. You've got the lower level exhaust on the road version, different tyres, and a slightly lower seat, and a few £100 cheaper price for the road version. Service intervals on these, just looked at the book this morning, it says 6,000 kilometres, which is just under 4,000 mile service intervals on these. 2-year warranty, and these come in this green, a brown or a grey. All in all, guys, looks a very nice bike. Do like its looks. Really looks cool in my opinion. Right then, let's do the test ride. Hey, well, welcome aboard Benelli's Leoncino 800. Let's do the test ride. So it's quite a tall bike. I'm not that tall, 5'7", and I can just about get my balls and my feet down, but I'm definitely not flat-footed. So if you're shorter than me with a smaller inside leg than 30 inches, you may struggle with this. If you're 5'10", 6 foot plus, this could be absolutely fine, I would say. So very wide bars. Obviously it's a scrambler style bike, so they're kind of fit for purpose. So just run through all the controls. What we've got here, we've got a cable operated clutch, which feels very smooth and light, which is adjustable for span. Got your headlight flasher, high and low beam. That's like an auxiliary switch. Indicators, horn, menu enter button, up and down on the menu buttons, that's your back button. Lights on or off. It's got a daytime running light, but you can have your lights off with that button there. We've got a span adjustable front brake lever, which is nice, hazards, and our start button. So a very nice looking TFT, which is nice to see. Pretty bright, nice and easy to see, lots of information there. So we've got our engine light, ABS, oil light, neutral. We've got twin rev counters up there and down there, which is quite interesting. A nice decent speedo, gear position indicator, fuel gauge, and our temperature gauge, and a little clock. So if you press the enter button here, you can basically go into all the different sort of parameters and settings and adjust all that, which is quite nice. So your back button is there. So if we start it up, so there's our twin rev counters, which is kind of novel. So first thing you notice, it makes a really good noise. It's actually quite loud, so that's a good thing. Alright then, so off we go. So easily into first gear, clutch bites very early, which I like. All feels very smooth. Away we go. Okay, out on the open road now to try out the Benelli Leoncino 800. So we just run through it all in the usual way. Start off with the mirrors, nice and clear. Can see a little bit of my elbows, about 20%, but all in all, good decent view behind, all good in that respect. So riding position, being a scrambler sort of style bike, as you would expect, very upright, lovely position actually, very tall. You can see over all the hedges, great riding position, nice wide bars, tons of control. You can rake the bars backwards and forwards here, so if you wanted it forwards a bit or back even more, you could. Do like the TFT. It's nice and bright, easy to read, easily see the gears, revs and speed, so that's all good. So for me, the standout on this bike is the engine. It's absolutely superb. Loads of low RPM torque. So 4,000 revs, winding it open, it really does pull well. So plenty of low down mid-range power, around about 80 horsepower it's got. So we're in top gear at the moment, just doing some nice cruising at about 60, and we're just turning over at a very leisurely 4,500 RPM. Vibration wise, all good. All I can feel is a very charismatic kind of throb coming through the foot pegs. It's not nasty vibes, it's just a nice kind of thump from the parallel twin, so that's great. I've been on this bike now this morning for well over an hour. Seats very comfortable, very plush. It's not so soft that you kind of sink right into it. I would say it's just about nice. I say it's quite a tall bike. This is the trail version, so if you want something a little bit shorter, a little bit lower, you may want to go for the road version. Clutch and gearbox, obviously it's a new bike. Gearbox is absolutely fine, nice and positive. It should loosen up over time. Clutch is super light, very smooth, and engages early as well. So just dropping it down to fourth there, winding it open a bit. As you can see, loads and loads of low RPM power there. Okay, so what's the Leoncino 800 like in town? How does it feel? How does it fuel? What's the throttle like? That sort of thing. Well, first off, it's very tall. Get a great kind of commanding view of everything, and because of the nice wide bars, you've got tons of control. It doesn't feel overly heavy. It's about 220 kilos wet, this bike, and the weight is just about nice. Flicks from side to side very easily, no problem at all. So we're just currently in second gear, 20 mile an hour. We're just going to check the all-important fueling. A lot of these Euro 5 bikes, they can run very lean at low RPM, and they can kind of hunt and surge a bit on partial throttle at low RPM, but pleased to report this is running really sweet. It's just like a sewing machine, very smooth. It's not surging or hunting forwards or backwards. No riding modes on this. It's a very sort of gentle progressive throttle. It's not snatchy in the slightest. Yeah, it's got a very nice throttle, responds nicely. So up into third gear now, 30 mile an hour, 3,000 revs. Absolutely beautiful. No surging at all in that fueling. Doesn't feel like it's hunting or anything like that, so that's all good. It's about 15 degrees at the moment, and can't feel any heat from the engine, so I shouldn't have any problems with that. It's just so flickable round the bends, and it's fun as well. Makes a great noise as well when you open it up. Not getting any nasty vibrations at all at this sort of revs. You can definitely tell it's a twin, but it's just making like a nice throb, which I can sort of feel a bit through the foot pegs. But all in all, absolutely fine. We'll take it on the dual carriageway later, see what the higher speed is like. But yeah, this is nice through town. It's very, I like the uprightness of it. Big bars, very nice clear speedo there, that's good. Clutch and the gearbox is all very easy, nice and light and positive. Bike's not running overly hot on the temperature gauge at this sort of speed. So yeah, I would say, guys, the Leoncino 800, absolutely fine for going through town. If you've got to go do some shopping or go to work or something like that, no problems at all. So yeah, 5 stars, guys. Okay, we'll just see what the Leoncino 800's like at higher speeds. So we're just opening up in 4th gear, 5th gear, so very, very easily up to around about the 70-mile-an-hour mark. Just cruising along around about just over 5,000 RPM. So no vibrations through the bars or the seat, and just the slightest little buzz or thump, shall we say, coming through the foot pegs. It's not nasty vibrations, it's just very characterful, nice vibes. So big upright position, can really feel the wind hitting me in the chest, but it's not too bad. So plenty of top gear acceleration, opening it up, very impressive that is. No issues with stability, tyres are holding the line well, feels very good, suspension feels great. Let's just slow it down a bit and then we'll open it up just to simulate an overtake. So wide open, there you go, it pulls very keenly in top gear, no problem at all. So yeah, absolutely fine guys at the higher speeds, no nasty vibrations at all. Wind blast is acceptable at this sort of speed. Mirrors are all clear still. Most importantly, the bike feels very, very stable. There's no wobbling or wallowing. Tyres feel very good as well. So yeah, top marks for the Leoncino 800 at higher speeds. Alright, so we're just in 2nd gear guys, just give it a bit of power. Oh, it's got a brilliant mid-range on it, really good. Really pulls nice and strong from those low RPMs. So plenty of power from its engine, nice and smooth. Makes a really good noise out the back as well, very sort of raw and aggressive sounding. Right, so nothing behind, we'll just try a brake test, front brakes only. Cool, yeah, they're strong, very good. So 1st gear, and open it up. So as you can see, no shortage of power there, very, very quickly up to 60. So just for sort of gentle cruising on a nice sunny Sunday, top gear now, sort of 50 odd mile an hour, just under 4,000 revs, very, very relaxing engine. Suspension, front and rear, got these massive beefy front upside down forks, look to be non-adjustable to be at the front, but they provide excellent damping. And the rear's got a preload adjuster on it, and that feels very compliant as well. It's not firmly set up. Definitely a bike you could take this down some sort of light gravel tracks and trails, no problem at all. Pirelli Scorpion tyres, good quality tyre. And even though they've got the block sort of dual purpose tread on them, they feel very good, lots of grip from those. Back brake, plenty of bite there as well. But yeah, all in all guys, very nice characterful bike, a lovely gutsy sort of 750cc parallel twin. Goes round the bends really nicely, holds its line well, plenty of pull. Yeah, that's a very impressive engine, nice and smooth. Yeah, the overall feel of the bike feels very well built, ride quality is excellent. Really, really good fun around these twisties. It's nice, as it's a parallel twin, you don't have to rev it that hard to get decent power out of it. Right, let's have a look round, shall we? Right, nice and easy to get it into neutral, that's all good. Give you a little look at that TFT. So it sounds great. Right, we'll just leave it running so you can see all the lights and the indicators. So that's it on low beam, and high beam flicks on the lower section of the light. So really good lights on this. And there's your rear light. Very good. Right, let's have a good old walk around, shall we? So, do you like the look of the LED headlight? That looks nice. Some of the hugest, thickest forks I think I've ever seen. So good tyres there. I'd have no doubt that this would be very capable on off-road tracks and trails. Do like the fact they've put tubeless tyres on it with the spokes on the side here. Good strong brakes, they're good. Very torquey, potent 750cc engine. Loads of torque there, lots of power. Excellent stuff. All the general build quality looks good. Welding looks fine, no problems there. So there's your shock in there with preload adjustment. So as I said earlier, nothing under the seat storage wise, I'm afraid. So as I said, this is the trail version, which comes with your spoked wheels, high level exhaust, taller in the seat. If the road version is a bit lower, got the low slung exhaust and the road wheels and tyres. But personally I think this trail version looks really smart. There's your ABS unit tucked up in there. Obviously 6-speed, chain driven. Very nice. Let's see what she's like to push around. So about 220 kilos. Yeah, no problem there at all. Nice wide bars to help you move it around in your garage. Absolutely fine. Decent side stand. 2-year warranty on these. Yeah, very nice, guys. What are your thoughts on the Benelli Leoncino 800 Trail? Post your comments down below, please. Give me a like and share and subscribe to my channel. And I shall catch you again in a week or two for another review. But yeah, there you go, guys. Ride safe. All the best. Bye for now.